Right, next sheet is basic algebra, topic 2, multiplication and division. Now, multiplying and dividing is actually much easier than adding. Well, multiplying is easier. So you just multiply your numbers. 4 times 9 is 36, and you just throw on your AB. Now, this is AB times A. What's A times A? See? A squared B. Good. Now, you do your numbers first and then your pronumerals in alphabetical order. What's negative 8 times negative 8? Positive. A negative times a negative is positive, 16. And then we got m times m is m squared. Negative 9 times negative 3 is positive 27. How many m's? 1. Negative 5 times, what number is in front of that? Yeah, so what's a negative times a negative? It's a positive, so we got 5. Very good. 3 times 4, 12. Do the... So girls, all right, before you even start, decide if your answer is going to be a negative or a positive. Positives don't change anything. Negative times a positive times a negative. What's a negative times a negative? Positive. Times another positive doesn't change. The answer's positive. Right, 2 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25, times 2 is 50. So girls, it's a positive. Yes. Good. What's a negative times a negative? Positive. So 6 times 5, 30, m squared, n. Next. Right, now we're dividing. Anything divided by itself, if I say to you what's 5 divided by 5, you'll tell me 1. Now do the dividing, we do everything separately. We're going to do the numbers and then we're going to look for the same sorts of pronumerals or letters. Doing the numbers first, what's 16 divided by 2? 8. It is much easier if you write the divide as an over because you can see the cancelling really clearly. So 25m divided by 5m is 5 because what happens with the m's? Yes, they cancel. So, girls, what's negative 10 PQ over PQ? By P. All right. Girls, what's a negative divided by a positive? Negative 2. Negative, good. 10 divided by 5 is 2. What cancels? The P's. And you're left with a Q on the top. The next one. Sorry, I don't have much room. Negative 48xy over negative 16x. Shh. Girls, what's a negative divided by a negative? Positive. All right, 48 divided by 16. In algebra, you're allowed to have a calculator. It's actually 3. What cancels? You're left with 3y. Good. You're left with 3y. Good. Next one, negative 9xy over xy. That's a negative divided by a positive is a negative. What cancels? The x's and the y's. What are you left with? Negative. Good. 60m divided by negative 10m. What's a positive divided by a negative? What cancels? And? And the zeros too. Oh, because 60 divided by 10 is 6. Yeah. So it's negative 6. Good. Because 6 divided by negative 1. Right. Negative 18a over positive 6a. So look what I'm doing. I'm working out whether it's negative or positive first, doing my numbers next, then doing my letters. So it's a negative. 18 divided by 6 is 3, and the a's cancel. 9ab over 3a. All right, do your numbers first. 9 divided by 3 is 3. What cancels? And you're left with 3b on top. And the last one, negative 36mn divided by negative m. And you know, a negative divided by negative, it's almost like the negatives cancel out. But a negative divided by negative is a positive. The m's cancel. What's 36 divided by 9? 4, and I've got n. We keep going. Right, again, with these multiplications, we must do the numbers first. 5 times 2. What's 5 times 2? 10 times 4, 40. X times x, x squared. Now, the only reason I'm allowed to do that is that they're all times. Because if I ask you to do 2 times 3 and you get 6, 6 times 4 is 24, it doesn't matter what order you multiply in. Only when you are multiplying can you do it all in one go. You should multiply first. So what's 5a times 9ab? Do this first. We're doing, well, we've got 45, what? Just these two times by each other. 45 what? A squared b divided by a squared b. Now imagine that I'm going to put over a squared b. It is. Because can you imagine divide by a squared b, I'm putting it over a squared b, and you cross off the a squared b's. I just don't have the room to do it. But do you get what I would do? I would put it underneath. All right, the next one you should do, yes, you should do the times first because it's in order. Whenever you've got multiplication and division, you must work in order. What's 9mn times 3m? 27m squared n divided by n means I'm going to put it over n. 27m squared. Good. Because when I put it over the n's cancel. Does that make sense? The next one, do the times first. What have you got? 30m divided by 3. Pretend it's over 3. 10m. You know that, yes, divided by 3. Pretend it's over 3. Does that make sense? I just don't have the room. What's 6a squared, girls? Question H, we did 15 times 2m was 30m, and then we have to divide it by 3. That's 30m over 3. 30 divided by 3 is 10. The m still stays there. Now, 6a squared is 6a times 6a. What's that? Be careful.
9.
What? No. What's 6a times 6a?
37a. 37. 37 extra a.
Girls, no. What's 6a squared? It's 6a times 6a. What's that? 36a squared. Divided by 9a. So 36a squared divided by... Girls, do you notice that I'm only doing one step at a time? And well, 6a squared is 6a times 6a, which is 36a squared, divided by 9a. Notice I'm putting it over 9a. Be careful. What's 36 divided by 9? 4. A squared is a times a over a. Where am I going to be left with an a?
1a.
1a on the top. Haven't I got more a's on the top?
Because it's squared.
Yeah, and because it's a times a over a and one of the a's cancels. I could write 36a squared as 36aa over 9a. Do you look what I've done down here? 36a squared is 36 times a. And see how I can cancel? And I've got 4a. Wait, I'm not finished. 64ab. Now, be careful with this one. It's getting tricky. Over 8b. Can we just do that bit first? What do you get for that bit? What cancels? All right, and what have you got? 8a. Now, can I do the rest?
Yeah.
Divided by 4q. Really tricky one, girls. So I've got 8a over 4q. No. Girls, you need to watch this one. And no, it's 2a over q. The a stays at the top. The q, sorry, no, this question N, 5ab all squared, means 5ab times 5ab. So this 5ab squared means 5ab times 5ab. 5 times 5 is 25. A times a is a squared. B times b is b squared. So I can write that that's 25a squared b squared divided by 25a squared b. Now when I put, so if I want to write them over each other, I really need some room, but if you just imagine that they were written over each other, what would you be left with? So messy. I might just continue that over here. So I've got 25a squared b squared divided by 25a squared b. The 25's cancel. The a squareds cancel. B squared on B, I've got an extra B on the top. So my answer to that is just B. The next two are easier. A negative times a positive times a negative is a positive. Just because it's multiplied, you can just multiply all the way through. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. A times A is A squared, and we've got a B. So when you're multiplying, you can just multiply everything in one go. But when you've got a mixture of multiplying and dividing, you have to do them in order. So these I have to do in order, the next question. 12x times 4x is 48x squared, and I'm dividing by 16x. When you divide, remember it's much easier to write it over. So 48 divided by 16 is 3. X squared over x is just 1x left on the top.